I think, what we've done in the past few years, there's so many things and it's hard to pinpoint, but like Lauren said, it all really focuses on how we can support the infection preventionists and essentially the lone IP, the IP that's out there in some of those rural or under-resourced areas that don't have the access to the ID physician that they can call and be like, hey, I have a question, or, to the quality leadership, how do we, move things through the facility? And so, we actually conducted a couple needs assessments a few years back to really determine what the IPs were needing and what they were wanting. We sent it out across the United States, and we had a pretty good response. We sent it out to both infection preventionists and HAI AR coordinators across the United States. And that really kind of informed some of our work to assess where the needs are for the IPs. And, in full transparency, none of it surprised us. There was needs for education. There was burnout due to serving in multiple roles. There was a desire to have access to resources and, not understanding where do I go to get the resources. I'm a new IP. I was thrust into this position. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm missing, all that kind of stuff. So, we have kind of a whole suite of resources that have evolved over the past few years. And I'll talk a little bit about them, but I could take up the entire time, talking about them. So I'll try and be brief and I'll let Lauren chime in too. But our first one, and this is kind of Lauren's baby, was a self-led infection control evaluation. And actually, Lauren is the basic, like she started this from the get-go. So I'm going to let Lauren describe that, and then we can go into our other resources next.
Okay. So yeah, again, to be brief, so Slice is an online assessment tool that really was the first, project that came out of the grant, and it was how do we use technology? So a free online platform to help lone infection preventionists. So it's a way that these IPs can evaluate their infection prevention programs. We essentially took at the origination 14 domains that are really foundational to infection prevention programs and gave them an opportunity to evaluate their IPC programs. And then it generates a summary report. So they have areas of opportunity for improvement, gives them kind of an actionable workbook that they can go off of. And the goal of that was this IP is alone. They maybe are new to the role. We know that turnover is enormous in all of infection prevention. And so how are we going to create a tool that is essentially like an IP consultation virtually?